We are back at it again. This is top 4. Guys, 200. We're still looking for it. Please subscribe. My name is Elijah Charles Keg.
MC Shilenje, what up people? Welcome again to one of our top videos today, Carabao Cup, 4th round. So much to talk about.
All right, we're not talk about Arsenal. We know Arsenal won, they've been winning, so it's now a norm. Let's talk about the ones that actually didn't do that good. Chelsea, they won, isn't it? But they had to take it to the penalties. When you look at that game, Lukaku played. I don't understand why you're playing Lukaku in EFL. Why are you playing Lukaku in EFL?
He came
yes, but he played.
He came in as a sub.
You should have rested him.
He came in as a sub, and you understand that however much you rest him, you need also to keep him in shape.
I like the way you're defending yourself.
Yes.
You're not going to say because the game became so tough, you needed a game changer.
No, I can't
but
say
the game
tough.
became so tough.
I can't say that.
The game became tough.
Even if it's tough, but you need to bring in a guy like Lukaku. If he can bully the defenders, he can stabilize the game. You see?
But the game became tough, though.
No.
Well, you're playing Aston Villa. They gave you a very good game, isn't it? You were saying? Yes. Ended 1-1, no more time, and then went to 4-3 in penalties, isn't it? Well, but the way I look at it, Werner scored. Is it a talking point? Not a talking point, because then I've got something again to take out of that talking point.
He needs to score. It's not a talking
Werner
point.
scored, isn't it?
He should score.
I like what you say.
Yeah.
He should score, but then he's not scoring.
Point.
It should be a talking point, and good for him. You know, when you get this goal, so meaning that your confidence.
Of course, when he scores after a very long time, he scored his first goal in 11 games. Yeah. It's something that is bound to bring confidence in him. He can trust himself much better when he'll be in front of goal. The misses that he's been having, so much of them, this goal can really boost his morale. He can know that when he's in the box, he only needs to relax and he can score more of those goals, because he usually finds himself in scoring positions.
But he doesn't score. Again, that thing happened yesterday. He missed a sitter as well. What's wrong? Okay, I'm asking what's wrong with Werner. Yes, what's wrong with Werner? Shilenje, can you tell me why is he missing sitters? Because Ziyech,
I think
Ziyech was actually an outstanding player, and I can actually now see why Chelsea had a thing for Ziyech now.
For Werner's situation should be so much to do with the confidence.
Yes.
Because he's always fantastic, always on the run, always in the right positions. It's only that last touch that is usually letting him down. And it has so much...
Do you think that that's something that he can improve, or that's part of his game now?
No, he can improve. He can improve. Actually, he can. Because the same positions that he finds himself in is the same that he used to score and banging so many goals for Leipzig. So the only thing that has changed in him is his conversion rate. That is not converting his chances as opposed to how we used to do it when he was in Bundesliga.
Yes. Can I talk about the players that you feel that? Just make me understand. And don't play defensive.
No. I'm not playing defensive.
Don't play defensive.
No.
In a game where you have Kante, where you have Ziyech, where you have Lukaku playing, where you have Werner playing, is Tuchel looking at it and then saying, I want to go all the way?
Yes, he might be looking that way. But if you look at the starting lineup of Chelsea, in comparison to the game they played over the weekend against Tottenham, he made 10 changes. That is almost the entire team. It is only Kepa Arrizabalaga who kept his positions. He brought in new guys, somebody like Malang Sarr. He made his debut in defense. He changed even his playing system, played 4-3-3, because he didn't have those players, the wide players that usually enable him to play the 3-4-3. And for such competitions, the top teams usually tend to give chances to players who haven't played, who don't get regular chances in the Premier League or in the Champions League. So for Chelsea, it should be a good outing for them, given that it's a cup competition, and in a cup competition, all you need is a win. It doesn't matter how you're going to win, because it is you progressing to the next level.
Got to touch on this as well. Kepa saved 2 penalties.
Yeah.
Is that a talking point?
It should
do you think now Tuchel is looking at it and saying,
it should be, because
maybe Mendy should get competition? Is that it?
Yeah, in some way, because this is the second successive game in which Kepa has saved.
Let's just remind
in
penalty
shootout.
Yeah,
he saved for the Super League. He was the hero, and yesterday he was.
He was the hero as well.
Yeah,
that's right.
He deserves a mention.
Is it the most expensive keeper in the league right now?
He is.
Funny enough, and
£72 million.
He's not getting that playing time, is it?
Performance.
What Chelsea duped into buying Kepa?
Chelsea were desperate for a keeper. They were desperate, yes.
Yeah.
They were desperate for a goalkeeper because the number one keeper, Thibaut Courtois, had left for Real Madrid unceremoniously. So they needed somebody in a short time to fill in that position. So when you're in that situation, you are bound to make some kind of decisions that you never know how they're going to bring an outcome to the performance of the team.
Fantastic. Let's go to the next one. Tottenham Wolves. It was a big one as well. It was a big one. And
big
just because of one thing, that man called Harry Kane finally scored. And he was really happy. You could say that. So do you think then, and I know we were talking about how Arsenal is facing Tottenham this weekend as well. Biggest one, by the way. We're looking forward to it. Be here. We shall be giving you that analysis and also giving you the celebrations and goals as well. But here's the thing, though. Do you think now, then, Tottenham winning also sort of gives them some confidence to face Arsenal this weekend?
It makes the tie a bit juicier because Arsenal is from a win. Tottenham is also coming from a win, so you find that the morale and the confidence in the two camps is equally well. So we are bound to watch a very good game, very entertaining encounter, and I can promise you in this game we shall have goals.
Harry Kane scored. Should that be a thing? Should we stop saying that Harry Kane can't score anymore? He scored in EFL, and they were playing a very good against a very good opponent, Wolves.
He needs to score more than that because we know Harry Kane is a man of goals. He's a 20 goals a season man, and he needs to do more than that.
Talk to me about Ndombele.
Yes.
Star man in that game. A couple of assists here and there. A couple of goals. One goal as well. Tottenham do have, on paper, we can agree though, on paper they have very good players.
Good team, good players.
Yeah, and they also feel that Dele Alli, Songmin, they actually came out in this competition. Do you also think that Tottenham are looking at this competition and saying, we got to field in our strongest players? Yeah. Because if I actually have a chance to win a trophy this season, then it's got to be in Carabao Cup.
I think for the coach, Nuno Espirito, perhaps he looks at the Premier League and sees so much competition. Yeah. Maybe his only chance of getting the first trophy is through this cup competition, Carabao. So he decided to go all out with the whole of his Arsenal just to challenge Wolves. And he knows that Wolves is a
strong opponent, isn't it?
Strong in his immediate employers. So he was not giving any chance, not complacent, because he knows that is a team he created himself at Wolves, and he needed to win against them. So he knows if he wants to win against Wolves, he has to go with everything at disposal.
How far do you think Tottenham can go in this competition?
Final.
Final?
Yes.
Tottenham, they have the chances to get the final?
They can.
Chelsea is there in that mix. Liverpool is there in that mix. Arsenal is there in that mix.
I think
Man City is there in that mix.
Depending on the progress in the other competitions, I feel at some level, teams like Liverpool, teams like Chelsea, teams like Arsenal, they
yes, like do you say Arsenal? You gotta be in that list.
I'm sorry to say so. Teams like Arsenal, teams like Leicester, they're bound at some stage when they have so much fixtures, they're bound to let it go. That's when now they field French players in that kind of fixtures to see whether they win or not. So if Tottenham continually do as they did last season, you may remember when they had Mourinho.
I remember.
He went out with everything, and they were able to play up to the finals when they lost to Man City. So I still fancy them to go all the way as they did in the last edition.
So go all the way out.
Yes.
That's the thing, though. I can't wait for that fixture against Arsenal, because we do know we rested a couple of good players. They didn't appear in that 3-0 win against Wembley. Dawn, it's for you to wait and say, okay, let's talk about
Listen.
Yes.
Let's talk. What team is that?
Hold on.
Arsenal won again.
Hold on. Let's talk about Man City. It doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter. You can struggle against Aston Villa and you hear speaking bad about Arsenal. All right. Man City, Wycombe, 6. Woo! 1 full time. Isn't it? We should be accustomed to Man City knocking teams even 10. That's it. They continued it in Carabao Cup.
Man City is always no-nonsense. You know? When they decide to win, they win. They don't give you any chance. If you watch the game, the side that they fielded, yes, they had a couple of academy players into the team, but they brought in their strong men: Kevin De Bruyne, Sterling, Phil Foden, Riyad Mahrez. Like they didn't want to be also complacent. They brought everything into the game.
And is that the balance that we're talking about? That you got to balance.
Yes.
Isn't it? You're playing this cup. There's a chance for you to win that trophy. So you got to balance. That's why we saw the likes of KVD, isn't it?
KDB.
We saw Foden actually playing that game.
Phil Foden.
Mahrez played in that game. Sterling played in that game as well.
Yes.
Is that the balance that we should see from the bigger teams going into these smaller games?
I would like to really respect Pep Guardiola because he's been showing a lot of seriousness to these cup competitions. That's why he's been able to dominate Carabao. He's been winning in the last about 3 editions. He's been Man City all over, until so many fans are saying that for you to win Carabao, you need to have permission from Man City.
For Man City.
And Guardiola.
Here's the thing though.
Yes.
Is it proof again? I'm gonna ask you this question. You know, last time when Man City played against Tottenham and they drew 0-0, we said, well, Man City misfiring because they don't have a striker. But when you look at the team that they fielded against Wycombe and then the result that they got, is it proof that Pep is trying to say, I actually do not need a striker because Mahrez came in and scored what? 2 goals, and goals were spread across the board.
I don't think so. That is something that is bound to cost him.
Yeah.
Lacking a striker, because now if you compare the 2 opponents, the one he played in the Carabao and the one he played in the Premier League, you see these are two different opponents. When he's playing against an organized defense and he plays without a striker, he's definitely bound to struggle, and that's why he was not able to open up Southampton. And the same can be expected when he's playing the likes of Burnley, the likes of Everton, the likes of Brighton. These teams are very brilliant in defense. They try to defend the last man. They just look for a point in a game. The likes of Newcastle is likely bound to struggle. But when he's playing an opponent who wants to play, who is playing an open game, you know, he can now say on such a day he can boast of playing without a striker. But these tricky opponents, he needs a striker.
All right, let's then ask this question though. How far can they go in this competition? And do you think that Pep is looking at Carabao? I mean, they're the masters of Carabao, isn't it? He's looking at it and saying, well, gotta retain it again. I mean, it's my cup.
For them, I just give them a wild card.
Isn't it? They're the favourites.
I give them a wild card.
They're among the favourites.
Yes.
Right now, you could say Chelsea is also reckoning that favourite list. And
Carabao?
Carabao, yeah?
I don't expect. Yes.
Well, if you look at the players that you actually fielded yesterday.
Yes, in terms on paper, in terms of quality, in terms of everything, yes, they look like a champion's material. But I know along the way, when things get tougher, they're likely to leave it, maybe and focus on other.
Maybe focus on Champions League this summer.
Because
that's the only thing that Pep hasn't tested, isn't it?
On other targets.
I don't think it's going to test it though with the lack of a striker unless he does something in January. That's another talking point as well. Okay, let's clear like this. QPR, Everton,
another
perfect
casualty.
Penalties, 8-7. QPR never missed any penalty.
Another casualty,
isn't it? Yeah.
They dumped out a Premier League side, and in most cases, when you go to penalties with a team that has been perceived as the weakest going into the game, you are likely to lose.
You're actually likely to lose. Yes. It stands out throughout, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah. And okay, when you look at QPR, I mean, they've been in the league how many times?
In
now?
and out.
In and out. Do you think that that's exactly what pushed? Because the majority of the players who played in the league are actually the ones who are fielded again against Everton. They've actually fielded their strongest side. Would you say that indeed it's because of that they came out and gave Everton a good game? Because, well, they played against Everton in less than a year ago.
No, this is a cup competition. And normally in a cup competition, you don't underrate any opponent. Anything happens because this team is scheduled or comes into the game with the mindset to win, because they just know they need to bridge to win this game so that they qualify to the next level. So they have so many ways of winning. If you don't win in the regular time, you have the chance to win in the lottery of penalties. So they came up very prepared to this game, knowing that they can win either in regular or in post penalties.
Everton out, Man United out. Does it go to say anything in terms of the quality of the league?
I don't think.
It doesn't.
It happens. It
doesn't. So it's usually Man United being useless and Everton being useless.
No, they're losing a game of football. It's a result in a game of football.
But
can't
Man
say they're
United gotta be
useless.
useless though. At some point, when you look at exactly how they lost it.
I can't say so.
Can't say so.
Yes.
It's fine. All right.
Can't say so.
That's how we end it. All right, guys. That journey for 200 is still on, and we're counting on you. So do it right here. Subscribe and then talk to us. Comment. If you don't like this video, just like it so many people can see it and also dislike it. That's how you do it, isn't it?
Dislike.
You can also go there and dislike as well.
Yeah.
That helps as well with that thing called the YouTube algorithm. But you can like. So many people can see it and then they also dislike it.
Dislike.
Yeah, even those who dislike it can also dislike it as well. That's what we're saying. All right. See you after the league. That's this weekend, isn't it? Yeah.
See.
Liverpool is playing Carabao. That's today. Maybe we're
Yeah.
gonna talk about that today as well. Tomorrow. All right. That's it. We're out, guys.